in coded forms. The greatest achievement of man on earth is to be coded. And I would like you to know that being coded is generational. It's not something that we can achieve. No, we can't achieve it. If you have to be coded, so your parents, the past have to pay. Just like the Jews, like what I just shared now. The Jews worship Jesus. That is the destiny of all Israel was tied to Judah, because Judah knows how to produce coded people. I say he knows how coded people by having what is called thorough harvest of himself. There are so many ways of investing life, but powerful people always care about the best way to invest life. Judah knew that a day will come when God will be a man on earth. And then Judah was bent on accomplishing it. And he knew that if that project is of the earth, that man should pay for it. Let me say it again. I said Judah knew that if that project is an earth project, that one day a human being we have the nature of God to be on earth. Judah knew that a human being should pay. It's an inspiration, so he started paying. Now, while he was paying, so many people were busy about so many other things. To be busy on earth is not an achievement. What is important is that what are you busy about? Little people will always be busy about things that doesn't matter, just to reveal who they are. Let me say it again. I said small people will always get busy with things that doesn't matter. Just like what happened to Joseph. By the time they sold him, he was moving from there to Ishmaelite. Was in the house of Potiphar. The brothers were moving up and down. They were busy too. After a time, hunger came. So the coding, when you hear incarnate men are shielded in coded forms, I would like you to hear that the Christ in Jesus was the security of Jesus. That was the coding of Jesus. The Christ that made the man Jesus Messiah was the coding of Jesus. Was the coding of Jesus. Now the power that made Jesus King of Kings and Lord of Lords emanated from the invincibility of his coding. You see, because there is something about security and royalty. When somebody is coded, he becomes a mystery. And that prepares him for dominion, for the audacity of rule, for sovereignty, sharing the sovereignty of God. So when whatever that is on the surface will always be subjected to constant attack, and royalty need to be respected, protected, made invulnerable. So all incarnate men, if you hear in 7:1 that Moses became a god, what happened to Moses in Exodus chapter 2:2 is that Moses was coded. That means people didn't know him exactly the way he is. That is good. That makes him incarnate. If God refused for men to see where his grave is, what achieved it was coding. If God punished Miriam and Aaron because they spoke against Moses, it was because he was coded. I would like you to listen. If I say this, it will touch you. Study very deeply. Don't make mistakes. Some mistakes are unforgivable. You might say, I don't know. God doesn't care. Doesn't care. Jesus was coded. And that's why he was made powerful until he came out of the grave. It is your coding. That is the power of your coding. That means the battle you win. So it was that coding that he kept on mesmerizing Satan until he made mockery of death. I would like you to listen. Wherever there is a deep prosperity that is beyond human imagination, there are things men will never understand. Now, can I tell you something? Somebody say, I love Yorubas. I say, you don't want to love them. I would like you to hear me. Out of all the tribes in Africa, out of the what? Tribes. I'm not talking about Nigeria. I don't know another tribe that have the value of Yorubas. And I don't know how to explain to Nigerians so that they can listen. It is obvious that Nigerians and Africans are living from them. Huh? Let me. Have you ever asked yourself why there was a time Living Faith in Owerri was very popular there. More than I think I see about like more than 12 years ago. Living Faith came into Owerri and took over the place, and it was announced. It was very popular there at Owerri. To the level there is no Igbo ministry. That is as popular as a ministry that came from Yoruba land and went to Igbo land. Do you know why it was possible? Why it was possible is when Living Faith came into Owerri, the Yoruba people that are there, you know, when people are preserved, they don't lose value. They don't. And Satan doesn't use them to diminish things. The Yoruba people around the area, you know where they know that ministry is theirs, so they went there because they have life, unlike Igbos. The capital difference between a Yoruba man and an Igbo man is that an Igbo man is a lifeless person. That's why he's a destroyer now. I say that's why. Yeah, he's a destroyer because he's lifeless. All lifeless people destroy things. Now the Yoruba people, they've already have life. They have life. So when the church came there, they gather around there, and then they gave the church what the church need. And then they they took some from among Igbos and other tribes who have life and brought them in front. And brought in front of the church. And then the church stood on their value. And then a lot of lifeless people came behind and joined it to live from them. Let me ask you to listen. It will not be possible for you, for a man that is lifeless, to pastor somebody that have life. Because this one that have life is stable, organized, no focus, no why is there. This other lifeless idiot, he stumbles around, and it is obvious that he's lifeless. So he's confused. So it is not possible for somebody who is confused to lead a man who is organized. So, can an Igbo man take a church from Owerri to go to Abeokuta and plant it and ask Yorubas to come? to the church he started? That I'm asking question.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Okay, why? But they can go to Urambule, a big church, and take over the land. Now, but we said no. Does our brothers consider it? Now, do you know why they are that way? Wherever there is preservation, somebody paid for it. Somebody. What Igbo people try to do, Igbo parents try to do, is to extort their children, not making them valuable. You see, because there are values that direct training cannot do. You cannot train. Excuse me, training has limitation. For you to have to produce a coded form, you will pay. Chapter 8 of the book of John, when Abraham saw the days of Jesus, was he not happy that he paid? He paid for Jesus to come, and then he was watching him come. Then he came. Some parents said, their child is not profitable. Things are not going on with their children. I said, go and sleep. What did you pay for them to? Did you make any sacrifice for your children to be that thing you're looking for? Or it will happen from heaven? It can't happen from heaven. That's what you don't know. I was preaching yesterday. I said it up to 2 times. That the angel went to Manoah's wife and said, don't take strong drink, because we're going to use to give back to a judge. Before the woman took it, the angel said, razor shall not cut his head. So she knew. And that thing was, the promise was given to the womb of the woman. So unlike an Igbo woman, Samson's mother was always looking for money for Samson. I just opened your eyes now. Huh? Huh? The other day somebody was telling me about how Deeper Life had a camp at Benin for students when they want to take WAEC. Secondary school camp for WAEC. So they quartered in like 3 months. Why those organizations work for them is because they can be laid. You don't lead somebody who doesn't have value. They can be laid. They can be told, like I told you, when I was in Deeper Life, they will say by 4 p.m. everybody's coming out here for evangelism. If you come there by 4 p.m., 4:30, more than 90% to 95% of the church members are there, and we. Now, when you make that announcement among Igbos, because they have no value, they don't connect to obedience. And they're not lacking ability to connect to obedience means they don't have God. So when something happened one day in Kano Church, we closed service. We just closed service. Just closed the way. Kano Church just closed a mantle service, and a woman was new in our church. A woman was new in our Kano Church, and the church closed, and we were coming out. And one Igbo girl, came out of the gate of the church there. To the hearing of that woman, started saying, "Sheba like delaying church." Right? She just came out. Look at how long this service lasted. And then she was going towards the woman's car. When she was coming, the woman, it wasn't 2 of them that told me. It's not the woman, it wasn't even the girl. It's another person who saw it. And this is a woman who is far bigger than her. The woman looked at her. I said, you just came out of a church. And the shepherd came out of your mouth in this way. He said, don't get near my car. You're not even afraid. You just came out of church. Is it because the woman was embarrassed? Where she came from? Pastors are not being taken for granted that way. She was looking at the girl and be looking at shepherd he's talking about. And she was trying to come to the woman's car for the woman to carry her. The woman said she should not even touch her cow. She said she don't have sense. Let me ask you, that thing she did, is it difficult for you, boys? I'm asking you a question. Huh? I said, what she did, is it difficult for them? Huh? And you're saying that God should bless them? That God should bless people who break his standard. Bless ordinary animals. There's somebody who is not even near. Oh, wow. I didn't say that service just closed and people were pouring out. So why do people say it's not difficult? Huh? Yeah?
Because they believe that once they can feed themselves, they should not subject themselves to any other person.
Even to a leader. She can't. A small girl that's not even married cannot even close her mouth. So that name shepherd does not need small respect. Huh? Now that, you know, if I will touch you today very well from Revelation. It's a promise I made to God. There are so many things I will open to your eyes. Now, when I'm opening your eyes, when I'm open, because I know that by the time it's 7:30, I will thank God. Today, when I'm opening your eyes, you will see, you will know what is called ordinance. And don't even bring emotion to ordinance, because it will never work. Don't bring emotions to something that doesn't require emotions. Now, that coded form is, when you say coded, you're talking about protected. I say is, yeah, that's coding. So all incarnate men are protected men. That another word for that protection is decoding. So, and then the coding is the shield. God can protect except people are shielded. And it is not God that shields. It is people that shield with coding before God can protect. Now, God code men to preserve them. That's another course, number 3. So the veil of cover is made in the invisibility. I mean in the concealing. Let me say it like this. All great lives care about what people know about their identities. Because God is precious, it is not always reachable. Let me say again. I said because God is precious, it's not always reachable. Now that is how golden lives are. Golden lives are not always reachable because they are concealed, they are coded for preservation. Throughout the ministry of Jesus, Jesus didn't take one arrow. He didn't.
Take one arrow.
No, he didn't take one arrow from the devil because he was quoted. Now, when he died, when Jesus died, by the time he died, he was completely God. When you hear completely God, you're talking of absolute protection. When you hear when you hear God, you're talking about a spirit that enjoy 100